My name is Anita James, and I'm a Knoxvilleian. I presently attend Rogers Memorial Baptist Church, which this year will be 140 years old. Compassion Coalition has helped me and the congregation of Rogers fill in the gap with your training, with their hands-on approach, and just identifying needs in the community that we were not aware of. During the pandemic, Compassion Coalition did offer a lot of insights on how we could serve our community and be safe at the same time. It's important to me to be a member of Compassion because it gets me out of my silo, the silo of the church, and outside the walls, where I'm meeting people. I'm finding out needs that I was not aware of. And it's been a blessing.
My name is Kiara Brigman. I work for the Department of Children's Services. I'm from Knoxville, Tennessee. And the way that we collaborate with Compassion Coalition is working to help families, especially with gap fillers. There are some things that policy at DCS just doesn't cover. For example, we had a mom recently that we were working to get birth certificates from California. It was so challenging. Then we started to having send forms that had to be notarized, and then that state didn't like the notary forms, and there was a lot of legwork, footwork, time work. So Compassion stepped in, picked up mom, ran with the program to make sure that we got them, and we finally got them ordered. It was fun to be able to experience something like that because I was starting to feel despondent as a worker right now, especially with us being so understaffed, and I felt like this mom wasn't getting my undivided attention, and so Compassion made the difference in making sure that she didn't get dropped and that she got what she needed so we could get her applied for housing.
My name is Russ Jensen. I'm the director of the Center for Service Innovation 311 and 211, and we work with Compassion Coalition to get people connected with services that they need while they're in need. Compassion Coalition is pretty much our Swiss Army knife when it comes to getting people help, because if we have an issue or we have a client that's got problems, in particular if they've got more than one thing going on, and we're having a hard time figuring out who they need to talk to, Compassion Coalition is our go-to, because they stay with people and they follow up and they will help them find and get connected to the services they need. Compassion Coalition was so helpful during COVID-19, especially at the peak, because we were all learning at the time. And so we were constantly running into brick walls trying to get people answers, and every time we ran into one of those brick walls, Compassion Coalition.
My name is Joelle Elizabeth Smith. I got involved with Compassion Coalition, and I met you lovely ladies when I did a Getting Ahead class. It was something that was offered through the resiliency program. I got so much out of it, so I didn't know that I needed it until I got in there and I was able to talk with other like-minded women, with other mothers with the same struggles. It made us feel like we weren't alone. No matter what we were going through, you know, sharing is caring. We could vent, and that pain shared was painless, and so it helped. I think it definitely opened my eyes to the fact that I didn't just have to work full-time, take care of my kids full-time, be a single mom. And by taking that class through the whole summer, twice a week, 2 hours a week, or 2 hours of class, I realized I could take one class at a time and go back to school. I've had my bachelor's for years, but I didn't think I could go back to school by having a special needs child. It seems like a lot. I was like, you can do this. No matter what shows up or what happens, you know, you can show up too. And so it's opened my eyes to that. So I've been looking at doing the master's program or the MBA at UT starting in the spring.
My name is Kiara Brigman. I met the Compassion Coalition through my children's elementary school. I was actually given a list of places that could possibly help me and my family get on our feet. We moved here from South Carolina. We kind of got lost in the rental process, not knowing coming here we would not be able to find a rental. Hooking up with the Compassion Coalition was probably one of the best things that could have happened to us upon moving here to Tennessee. You guys kept us going. You guys kept us going. You guys gave us the faith to keep going. And when you come from a situation where you constantly are being told a closed mouth doesn't get fed, and I am asking, and I'm putting my personal business out here so that I can receive the help I need, and nobody moved until I came to Compassion Coalition. That one thing that you did for us that kept us here. My husband has a job at Dunkin'. He's a shift leader, promoted yesterday. I'm an assistant manager, promoted 2 days ago. My townhouse is more than I've ever paid rent for in South Carolina, and I can afford it. I breathe easy. And all it took was for somebody to help me just that one time, that one deposit in that first month rent that I didn't have to beg for, that you never made me feel lower than or less than. I can't thank you guys enough.